So I've been doing a series on the Enneagram, and I've talked about where we might experience our loneliness because of our Enneagram type. And we've looked at how each of the Enneagram types might struggle with positivity and consistency and vulnerability in more detail. And I focused on a lot of those because so many of us are looking for ways to kind of inquire and grow and be more self-aware. But I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the gifts we each bring. So I'm wrapping this series up with which friend we call when we want their best and their goodness. And this is a really, really good reminder of several things. One of which, so many times our culture tells us that we need to have this one best friend, and we've just gotten so small. Like our worlds have just become really we're connected everywhere, but we put so much focus on trying to get everything met by one person so often, when really we're made to be contributing to a lot of different lives and receiving from a lot of different people. And this is a really good reminder. When you remember and really believe that everybody's wired differently, it reminds you that you can't get everything you need met by one person. You want many different friends because they each feed you in different ways. And that's also a really good reminder of how important it is for us to appreciate the differences in each other. It reminds us not to be disappointed when we go to that friend and we wanted this, but really we got that. And we start knowing, we intuitively kind of know when I want this, I go to this friend and kind of do that. But it really reminds us to not be mad at our friend for not delivering necessarily, that if we can't go to somebody and expect them to be different than who they are. And so we each have strengths that we bring and things that come more naturally to us, and how wonderful if we have enough friends in our lives that we can actually give and contribute to each other in ways that we each feel most gifted and most strong. So when we're all healthy and when we all are self-aware and kind of living our best selves, I wanted to share what I think is one of the most beautiful gifts of each of the 9 Enneagram types. And what I had a friend in each of them, I have many of them, but not all of them, I don't think. But if I had a friend in each of them, what I would go to them each for. All right, so let's do this. I would go to number 1 to be my truth teller. They will tell me the truth, and I can trust that. Even if it's hard, even if I don't want to, I might sting a little bit, if I want somebody's honest opinion or see an area where I might be able to grow, or something that I want constructive criticism on, or the ability to kind of see how I might do life differently or how I might choose differently, ones are truth tellers, and I love that about them. So those are the people we want to go to when we're just tell me what I need to know. 2s are the people that I would go to if I want a nurturer. They're the people who know our feelings, maybe even better than some of us know our own feelings. They intuit that, they have picked up on that, they know what we need, and the ability they have to want to show up, genuinely want to show up and help fulfill that if they can, is something we don't want to take advantage of. And it's something that's such a nurturing, beautiful thing to just be able to have somebody who wants to help and to comfort and to really show up in times where we need them. 3s, so motivating, and they love celebrating success. And these are the people that if you want to be motivated and celebrated, our 3s are the people who can kind of keep you moving, they can inspire you, and when they're at their healthiest, they can help motivate you and help you see what's possible. And they're the people who can be the cheerleaders and who aren't shy at all to celebrate the wonderful things, the accomplishments, the achievements, and to say you deserve it all and you're worth it. And these are the things that they're able to help pull out of and bring us all to. 4s, I referenced earlier as the deep sea divers of our inner world. They are the people who are so comfortable swimming in emotions and feelings, and they're some of our musicians and our artists and our poets, and they're comfortable with what some of us might call wallowing or lamenting or melancholy. Many of them are so comfortable in that space, and so these are the people that we can go to when we just want to wallow, when we just want to be okay as we are, whatever it is we're feeling, and we don't want to be cheered up, and we don't want to be fixed. 4s are the best at being able to feel the problem and hold the space for that without needing to fix it. Almost all the other types need to start moving into fix-it mode in some form, or cheer-up mode or something. 4s are okay with you feeling what you're feeling and just sitting with it. It's an amazing gift. 5s, are good at solutions. They are so wise. They know so much. Their fear is being incompetent, and the crazy thing is they're so competent. They know, and they've researched, and they're good at researching if we have something that comes up that we need, and if they feel like they have the energy to do it, of course. That's true of all of these different types. But fives are the ones who can help us come up with a solution. They believe that everything can be fixed, that everything has a solution, that we just need to find it. And so fives are so good at like holding out the hope and figuring out creative ways to solve something and figuring out the pieces and researching all the different angles and the possibilities. So fives will help us come to that solution. Sixes, interestingly enough, I kind of feel like are really good at helping me come to decisions. They're really good at weighing the options and looking at all the possibilities. Their brains naturally think of like different scenarios and all the different what ifs and all the different paths. So they're really good at like helping think through, like if you do this, this might happen here, what that plays here, and like helping think through what something would take and helping me kind of come to an awareness. They're really good at asking questions, really good typically at being very empathetic, very caring. Their loyalty is like bar none. They'll fight for us, and they want us to win, and they want to help us come up with a solution to something. Our sevens, the enthusiasts, if these are the people we want to play with, these are the ones who know how to have a good time. They're the ones who are just willing and up for an adventure, who are likely to say yes to the different spontaneous things we might have that come along that we want to participate in. They're the ones who are definitely wanting to cheer us up. And so when you want to be cheered up, when you want to kind of walk away from something hard, I know when I was like going through my divorce, it felt good to have like the 4 that could kind of help me just wallow and feel it, right? But then there's times where you're like, you want the 7 who's just like, you know what, I need a night off from all of this. Like, let's just go out and have a good time and laugh together and remember that there's good things to celebrate, you know? And so you can kind of start seeing how different people can play different pieces for us. And the 7s, we're stereotyping and simplifying, and that part drives me crazy with all of this, trying to do all of this in a quick few moments. So obviously there's a more to every single number than what I'm saying, but the 7s in general are just the people who are up for the adventure. If you want to go do an activity, if you want to go make memories, if you want to have a good time, if you need a partner, usually 7s are the people who are like up for that and want to go out and have a good time with you. 8s, if you want to be catalyzed, go to an 8. 8s are like so intense and fiery and energetic, and if you just want to be like told what to do, told to go do it, and encouraged to get it done, and just kind of somebody else's energy blowing you into it, 8s are so good at just kind of like helping you cut through everything and see the task and see what's at hand, and like helping you narrow down and be like, here's the action that you need to take. 8s are really good at like taking action. So when you're ready to like take an action and start moving and get your butt into gear, 8s are like the people who are going to be right there moving you. 9s, kind of cliche to say it, but if you want peace, or I would say resolution, 9s are the people to do it. They are, one of their magic skills is the ability to always see both sides of every scenario. It's what makes making decisions a little tricky for them, because they can always see both sides, or having an opinion sometimes, because they can always see all the different options. But it also makes them really beautiful for helping you if you have conflict in your life. They hate conflict, but it's their superpower to help find commonality and to kind of help heal conflict. So the best of them are able to sit there and actually see both sides. You know, if you're in conflict with somebody or something, they're able to kind of like help say, yes, but, and have you thought of this? And kind of like show the other side. They're really good at showing empathy to a variety of different people and empathize us with almost any situation that we find ourselves in. 9s are by nature not super judgmental. They're kind of adaptable and are that makes them very empathetic, very accepting, a very safe place to show up typically, and to try to find our own resolution. And they're really good at helping kind of bring us back to a place of peace. So as I highlighted all of these different 9 types, you can start seeing how different scenarios in your own lives, you might find yourself kind of being drawn to one friend over another. And of course, I say again, some of us, all of us, we can do more than one of these things, right? So it's not like you have to have 9 different best friends, and that friend is only good for that thing. That's not what we're talking about ever in this series. But what we are illustrating is just that we each have superpowers. We each have something that we bring, something that matters, something that we can can contribute to the friendship. And our friends have those too. And so I think there's nothing more beautiful than being able to appreciate in our friends what they bring, to actually be kind of clear on that, and to be able to say that and be able to say, I really am calling you because I would love for you to help motivate me. I keep saying I'm going to do this. I keep saying I'm going to do this. I keep saying I'm going to do this. And now I'm saying to an 8, I want to do this. Like, what do I need to do to get started on this? And you know, like if you want to be catalyzed, you're going to go there. And to know that if you want to celebrate something, a 3 is typically somebody who's going to be like, yes, you go girl. And like, yes, keep going, and be ambitious and encourage that. And so each of these have a different energy, and we can all try to kind of be more than one thing, of course, and celebrate what we each do bring and what our friends bring. And what I want for all of us is that you would feel seen in a safe and satisfying way, and that you would have enough people around you, that you would know that you have a community that you can rely on. And I know that kind of feels like a big impossible dream when most of us are experiencing loneliness and wishing we could just have 1 or 2 friends. But maybe this is a way to invite us into saying, maybe I need to stop focusing on just trying to find 1 or 2 perfect people, and instead just kind of allowing myself to have a variety of different relationships, knowing that they each feed me in different ways. And I think that's a really beautiful way to kind of create a web in our lives, and another way of going through this world feeling more connected.